With the modern smartphone design pushing towards an all-screen front display, the compromising appearance of cutouts for sensors from Essential and Apple's iPhone X looks set to spread. Could the next notable notch appear on the Galaxy S9? The under-the-screen fingerprint reader has been something that Samsung and Apple have both been working towards throughout 2009. Apple has apparently decided to jump ship and go all in with facial recognition and is on course to abandon fingerprints as biometric identification as it moves forwards from the iPhone X. Samsung continues to work the problem, presumably with half an eye on Google Play services and fingerprint recognition in the Android ecosystem, and will no doubt continue to work on a solution. D.J. Koh, president of mobile communications business at Plus Samsung Electronics, speaks during a showcase to mark the domestic launch of Samsung Electronics' latest flagship smartphone Galaxy Note 8 in Seoul on September 12, 2017. Photo, Young Yun-je, AFP, Getty Images. The technology was reportedly scheduled for use in the Galaxy Note 8, but the area of the screen over the fingerprint sensor showed a discoloration that was an effective showstopper. The Note 8 retained the fingerprint sensor on the rear of the device, one of two standard locations on Android, but the size of the phablet meant it is awkward to reach for all but the largest hands. The 6-monthly cycle of flagship handsets from the South Korean company will shortly return to the Galaxy S smartphones, and the question of the fingerprint location will come up once more. With consumers highlighting the awkwardly placed sensor at the rear, the best solution would be to bring the sensor to the front, preferably under the screen. With that option still not satisfactory, Samsung may be looking to life Apple's controversial solution to mounting biometric sensors. Samsung has the option to bring its own notch to the Galaxy design in 2018. Reports on the notch come from a patent that shows a minimal sensor mounted in either a depression or a notch in a screen assembly. This would allow a small fingerprint sensor to be mounted inside the confines of a rectangular screen. This approach would no doubt draw comparisons to Apple's approach and Samsung's following of Cupertino's solution. The patent dates from 2016, so in theory this could have been implanted in the Galaxy S8. That was the case, but the consumer feedback about the awkward position of the sensor means Samsung will be looking at alternatives. Much of the derision around the iPhone X notch is less about the location of the sensors for Face ID and more about Apple's draconian approach to the appearance of the notch. It cannot be masked by resting a sold-back stats bar across the screen. Web pages rendered by Safari will have significant guttering to prevent the notch intruding into the content, and developers must not take steps to hide the notch. Apple.com, iPhone icon strip image, Apple.com. In my opinion, Apple has made a mistake by deciding to put the visual silhouette of the iPhone X ahead of a simple and easy-to-use interface. Samsung will face a similar decision over Android's navigation bar at the bottom of the screen. It could set up the UI to have this bar take up the same virtual height as the sensor masking the notch. Or it could decide to highlight the notch, much as Apple with the iPhone X or the forward-facing camera in the Essential smartphone. Personally, I hope it goes with the former. It is a cleaner solution and the Galaxy range already has a strong visual identifier with the curved screen edges. And assuming that the under-glass sensor technology is perfected in the future, perhaps in time for the Galaxy Note 9, then Samsung will have already set the tone by bringing the sensor to the front of the device. Follow me on Facebook.